Hey guys, Bluebridge here, and no football for 3 weeks. That's great. So the torture is over for 3 weeks. But yesterday, I think I was being a bit too lenient on our manager. So is he doing a good enough job or not? So let's get into it. So, in my frustration of the way the club has been structured, the way that the directors of football, sporting directors, fail to address certain issues, I think I've been letting Maresca off the hook a little bit. Yesterday I said it wasn't his fault. I do have some sympathies with Maresca. I'm not saying that, but some of it is his own doing. For instance, yesterday, playing players out of position. Okay, I know Reece James. Is he ready to run up and down the flank for 90 minutes? I know that he's trying to keep him, preserve him. But the thing is, we've got an international break coming up. We needed to get a result against Arsenal. And I said the results before the weekend didn't make it as necessary as a priority, but still. We still should have tried our hardest to get a result. We had Malo Gusto on the bench. Was he fully fit? I don't know. But why don't we play Fofana in the middle with Colwell? Badiashile didn't play great yesterday. So put the players in the right position. He said that Nkuku's best position is a 10, but he played him out on the left. So lots of players being played out of position. And the fact that we were 1-0 down, it was like we're playing for a 1-0 defeat. We didn't go for it in the end. We didn't try anything. We didn't take risks. I prefer to take risks and lose 2 or 3-0 than not take any risks and just limply be satisfied with a 1-0 defeat. That reminds me of when we played Man City under Conte one year, where we just played out a 1-0 defeat. And that's, I think, the season before we got beat 6-0 with Sarri, so he didn't want to do that, so he played out a 1-0 defeat. And listen, I know sometimes it affects confidence and everything else, but going for it. Look at Pochettino lost 5-0 against Arsenal last year, but then after that we won on a winning streak after that, so it didn't knock confidence that much. So and the fans would like to see that as well. The fans would like to see us giving it a go, having a go, rather than just accepting defeat, because that's not what we're about. We want to see a bit of fight. There was no fight in there. The players looked lost, and that we only have to put on our manager. So I'm going to go. I stole this statement from a tweet I saw, which was quite good actually, quite apt. And it's a briefing that was made just after we sat Pochettino, and it said, so in order to get what they hope will be the right choice on this occasion, a list of criteria was drawn up for the man they were looking for. Every candidate would be assessed on the following ideals. So, playing style and philosophy. Okay, at the beginning of the season, it looked like we were creating a playing style, but as some may argue, was that on the back of what we achieved? So sometimes when you have a great end to a season, you carry that forward into the new season. It was more chaos football than controlled possession football. We were adapting more of the Pochettino style than we were to the Enzo Maresca style. But now that he's implementing his style and philosophy, we've been found out. Every team knows how to play against us now. Play 5 if you're a underdog, you play 5-4 to break us down, and we can't do that. If you are a better team like Arsenal, then they've got more physicality than us, and they've got a bit more know-how, and we haven't beaten a top. I think they said in our last 26 games against the top 3, we've only won one of those games. Not good enough. So we still don't know how to beat the top teams. At least Pochettino was getting draws against these teams. We're not even getting any wins against these teams. And so we don't know how to play the top teams, and we don't know how to play the teams who are at the bottom neither. So at the moment, it's not looking great. Have the aim to control games with defensive stability. How's that working out? And that's a problem for me, because we are a team who, the way that Maresca sets up his team, he likes to have them so that once we're not in transition, we are defensively set. But how's that worked out? We haven't been able to manage goals. We've conceded a lot of goals this season, especially in the second half of games. Silly goals, individual errors, and we looked open, especially yesterday against Arsenal. We looked wide open at times. So we are not getting that element of control in our game at the moment. A brand of football that suits the squad already in place and future plans to recruit. I don't think so at the moment. We thrive better under chaos football. I'm sorry, Cole Palmer is a man who needs freedom. He doesn't need to be having these robotic instructions thrusted upon him. We're getting mavericks coming into our side like Esteval Willian. Can you imagine him being told, you could only, this is your box, this is your area, this is your position. You could only play in this positional way. Positional football, we've seen how it's knocked the creativity out of players at Manchester City. We've seen that with Jack Grealish, who's a bit of a maverick player, and Doku and people like that, who have to adapt to this rigid style of football. We should be looking more at the way that Barcelona and teams like that play, because they've got, people like, if you look at Yamal and people like that, who'd like to express themselves, but this form of football isn't expressive. One can argue with Maresca that he does like one-on-one, wingers who can take, who are good at taking and spreading the play, and being good one-on-one wingers who know how to beat their man. Esteval Williams has got that, but again, they're talking about him as a number 10, so there's confusion there. What's going to be his better position? We've promised him more of a 10 role than an out-and-out winger. So the other thing, a desire to forge a relationship with the supporters and build a connection. How is that one working out? There's a lot of fans I know who've been Chelsea fans for years, me included. We just feel that there's a disconnect between the way that we're playing and the recruitment that we've brought in and the manager at the moment. There's a disconnect. You could hear it when you go to matches, and you can see it on the TV as well. The fans are not happy. None of the fans are happy with the style of football that we are serving up at the moment. I'm one who never boos. I don't believe in booing, but I'm a disgruntled fan. But I'll never boo. I find it counterproductive. But am I happy with the style of football that we're playing and the brand of football? Certainly not. I'm not. So this isn't going to build a connect. If anything, it's formed a massive disconnect at the moment, and the fans don't even come to the players now to applaud them. A lot of the away fans are served up to this mediocrity. The least the fans can do is come over and apologise, but they're not even doing that. So there's not a lot of likeable players in the squad neither. The homegrown players who we can sort of get on board with, a lot of them have now left the club. So that's another thing that's not quite working out. So, strong data on keeping players fit and available. How's that worked out? At the beginning of the season, maybe we were getting some players back, but then we've seen it. Have we been able to keep Reece James fit? No. Have we been able to keep Lavia fit? No. Have we been able to keep Fofana fit? No. The other day we bought, we bought Cole on because we couldn't manage defensively the game out against Copenhagen. What happens? He gets injured, so we haven't got him now. Some of the players are coming back, but the injuries, and Jackson's out injured. Why? Because Jackson's been overplayed. His time hasn't been managed effectively. And when we didn't really play Gui, so when he comes in, because of a lack of matches, he gets injured. So, is our manager doing that properly? No, he's not. But the one thing that will keep him his job, because they said he's going to probably stay in his job, and this one thing he's doing really, really well, and this is what's the key factor of what may be keeping him in the job, being willing to work within the structure built at the club. Yes, 100% doing that. We've seen him lie many times in press conferences. We've seen him toe the party line time and time again. And he's a bit of a yes man. He's so happy to have been given this job at Chelsea, so they know that they can pull his strings and tell him to do whatever, and he'll gladly do it. Pochettino last year didn't want to do that. That's why the club decided to part company, or it's a mutual consent. That's why we didn't get strong characters in, like your Enrique's and your Nagelsmann's. I'm not sure we interviewed the guy at Barcelona. His name escapes me at the moment. No, the German guy. Yeah, Hansi Flick, that's him. So maybe they thought that there'll be too strong characters to handle it, and they wouldn't want to become yes men. They'll want to get inexperienced players. They don't want their CVs to be tarnished by having to babysit a team of toddlers. So this guy was happy to do it, and that's why the briefings coming out is that they're happy with him and everything else. I keep saying, I'm being a bit cynical at the moment, because I just don't, January was what did it for me. But I hope I'm proved wrong. I'm not one of these fans who want to be proved right. I hope I'm proved wrong. I hope if we do keep this guy, I'm not one who calls for people to be sacked, but I'm just laying out the cards out there here. And if he does remain in his job, I'll be happy. I'll be happy and if he succeeds, I want us to succeed, so why would I not be happy? But I want to see good football. It may require patience. It may be next season that he gets in players that he wants, and it may all click in that second season. But for now, it's not looking great. It's looking a bit long at the minute. So, but as I said, I'm prepared as always. Unless, if we lose against Spurs, sorry, that's unforgivable. If we drop down and finish lower than 8th, and finish a lot worse than what we did under Pochettino, and fail to win the Conference League, then I can't see how this guy can remain in his job. But as I said, if he does well next season, then fair enough. But only time will tell. So tell me what you think about the manager in the comment section below, and don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So take care, bye bye.